It's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career, but that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the handoff. Now Brady hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taylor Gabriel, 39 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Hunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because his feeling was good, solid performance. Did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely would like to see some improvement in this week's game.
They always want improvement, don't they?
They certainly do.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Wait for the end. Hey, ball 66.
Now Brady. And his throw here's incomplete. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Dante Hightower is a guy who can play the run with the best of anyone in the league. but he'll fool you a little bit in pass coverage. Not so bad there as well.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go heavy. Hey, Alabama.
From the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bannon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. A little juke. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Here we go.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Hunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On 2nd down now. It's Hunt, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Double count. Check. Crunch.
From the 24, Wilson rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Brady on the bootleg. The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down. Now a play fake, Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Wilson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now T.J. Yeldon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A.J. Brown, 41 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Whip. Watch the whip.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing on second and long. Wilson, and an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
95. Alert.
On first down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, that one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They go play action now. Wilson dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it, but I think the ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Derrick Henry. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And it's the Arizona Cardinals who are not done yet as they were able to eliminate the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, 0-0-0. Watch the ship. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. The 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taking off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Hey, set, 380, 54. Stay with your man. Check, regular.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Henry. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Check, watch it before. Hey, 56.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. A first down carry for Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Henry. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Brady. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Mike Bennett, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Play action. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. That one complete to Hill. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you down.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
extra point by Badgley up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave early in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebacker...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Nelson Aguilar taking it in. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Shotgun now for Brady. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hines. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Open man is Ross, complete. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Tighten up, tighten up.
Now Wilson. Off play action. Buying time to his left. Now he's got the hook up to Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Check it back.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off play action. Wilson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson off the play fake. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I truly believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they want to be really aggressive and fake it.
Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Brady. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. To throw, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Brady. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Good work, boys. Go. Let's go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Wilson to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
15, 14, 15. 6-man.
Now Hunt. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
First down, Seahawks.
Good. 190.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And he got it. The kick is gone. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.